To others, he's simply known as Detroit's love guru.
The Art of Relationship show is copywritten. No one is to use any portion of the show without express written consent from myself, Greg Dudzinski, or the Art of Relationships. Thank you. Hey, welcome everybody. This is the Art of Relationship show, and it is Tuesday at noon here in Metro Detroit, Michigan. As I handle some sinus issues. I know everybody's sick and everything, so my best to everybody out there that is dealing with illness in their family and their household, especially, you know what, the little ones, the little kids and stuff. It's irritating, and the parents don't get any sleep. Nobody does. So my heart goes out to everybody in those situations. I'm going to talk about holding back in a relationship. And I posted this, a little comment, little maybe tidbit type thing yesterday about holding back in a relationship and what it does to you physically, emotionally, mentally even, and how many people are holding back because of past hurts, past traumas. And let's face it, you know what, I get it, it's to protect you, it's to make you feel safe, and it's, you know, not an easy thing to do, to be able to unleash your love that you have for yourself, or let's face it, for your partnership, for your marriage, for your relationship. And you know what can you do about it to, you know what, go with it, to take that risk? And what does it, you know, resemble to you? Do you even picture or, you know what, envision what that looks like for you to be able to unleash that love and to be fully okay with feeling in love and feeling connected with somebody in your relationship? Okay, and again, it's not a right, it's not a wrong situation, but it's looking at, you know, what are your fears? Let's face it, number one is probably getting our heart crushed, right? Everyone said, you know, getting cheated on, getting left, getting abandoned, being alone, that type of aspect. These are all related to, let's face it, getting our heart crushed. That's what it comes down to, right? Nobody wants that. But I also don't want people to hold back because of that fear. Because holding back creates a lot of physiological aspects that people don't even realize when we hold back on those aspects, okay? When you hold back your love and all that stuff, and your affection and all those aspects about, you know, what you're going after, it's very difficult. Hey, Fred! Hey, welcome, man. And everybody else, you can chime in down below as well in the discussion box. Throw your comments out there, any show topic ideas, any insights you have. You can, you know, feel free, help everybody out. That's what I'm all about, okay? Trying to help people out to have the relationship that they've always longed for, and also, you know what, to feel better about themselves, right? That's huge. So when you hold back your love, and you're, you know what, because you don't want to be, you know, hurt. You don't want to be discouraged, frustrated, your heart stomped on, that type of thing, right? What happens is, you know what, we start holding tension inside of us, right? We get, you know, stress, right? Everybody has body aches and pains from stress, from being uptight, from being, you know what, trying to hold all that stuff into us. Headaches, neck aches, our chests, we can't breathe, we're so tight. And all these aspects, you know what, trigger the same aspect when we hold back our love and all that stuff because we're afraid to get hurt. Hey, Sherry, hey, welcome from Utah. I appreciate you showing up, Sherry. I appreciate all the support I've been getting from you for a long time now. I appreciate it. So, you know, when you hold this stuff back in, right, it gets into, you know, the elements of the aches and pains, the stomach aches. How many people are so stressed that you're so afraid to get hurt that you hold back and you end up getting, you know what, irritable bowel syndrome, right? You get stomach aches, you get stomach cramps, you get heart palpitations. All these aspects are psychosomatic traits of holding back your love and energy. And in the post yesterday, I went ahead and I talked about, you know what, how free do you feel when you're in love and you can, you know, you can express it. You can fully express your love 100% to your partner and them in return to you. How, you know what, free does that feel? You feel a lot
less tension. You feel a lot better. Your stomach aches. All that stuff, your physiological symptoms, they tend to go away because you're not holding back. You're not as guarded. And it's not about people being foolish, being stupid. It's not about those aspects. It's not about, you know what, oh, I'm going to give fully and get treated like crap and be disrespected and be able to, you know what, allow yourself to get treated like crap. No, not at all. That's not about that. You can give fully and still be able to command that self-respect and that self-love that I promote crap on every episode, I think, and in my posts and everything that I promote that. So you can still give 100% and love fully and still hold on to yourself at the same time. Hey, Fred, I appreciate that. I love you and Lisa back, man. You guys are awesome. You rock. Thank you. And going back on, you know, to this aspect, what is causing you to hold back? Let's face it. I already said it. Repeat myself like I usually do about your heart being crushed, right? And you look at, you know, about being able to take the risk. I love fully and I own that, okay? I own that and I'm going to be open to it, but I'm also not going to be foolish in giving out my love, okay? Now, are you holding back your love out of that fear? I get that, okay? Or is your partner sort of causing you to hold that back? Are they overly critical? Are they, you know, looking at the elements to where, you know what, do you feel safe talking about anything with your partner? Are they, you know, criticizing? Are they belittling? Are they emotionally, physically abusive where you're not holding, you know what, I get that. You're not going to be able to fully love that person. So I look at the situation. Is it, number one, is it just within you and your own fears and risks and past traumas and everything where you're holding back being able to love fully? Or is it your partner that is not allowing you to feel safe to fully love and to be fully open in those aspects? Or is it, let's face it, a combination of those two elements? And it's not looking at a right or wrong situation. It's looking at, you know what, I want to be fully open with you. I want to give you my love and all this stuff. And you tell your partner, can they handle it? Number one, they might not know what to do with it, but at least you are being authentic with your feelings, with your love for them, okay? It's not up to you to always have to worry about your partner's triggers, okay? It's not up to you to hold back your love because your partner can't handle it, doesn't know what to do with it. We can teach them, okay? That's okay. But you should not be able to, you know what, oh, I got to hold back my love because my partner is not ready for it. They can't handle it. They call me too needy. And there's a difference between being 100%, you know, expressive with your love and being needy and being, you know, up someone's booty all the time. And I ask people, you know, you're loving them because that's what you feel. Some people love others, and I've been in this situation, okay, where they love you just to get that love back, right? It's, you know, they're loving you because they want that love back from you to sort of satisfy them, to get rid of the anxiety and the fears and the, you know, fear of abandonment, that they want that reassurance. That's not loving, you know, 100%. That is not loving that person and going with your authentic feeling. That is about you self-soothing and you being able to relax and you being able to feel comforted by that partner. That's a huge, huge difference. Hey, Mary, hey, welcome. And looking at these elements to where you are not, you know what, you're open. You're not being restricted in your love. And you're doing it out of genuineness. You're doing it because you authentically love that person, and it's not for any other purpose than that. It's not for you to feel, you know what, love back. It's not for you to feel more secure in the relationship. It's you being authentic and not worrying about anything back. And I look at what is holding you back. It is not a right, it's not a wrong situation, but I want you to be able to examine it and explore those situations, okay? And to be able to take that risk. I love you, I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm going to show you, and you know what? I'm going to be free with it, okay? I'm going to be free with my love, and that doesn't mean, you know what, you lose yourself. That doesn't mean you are being overly over the top and needy and all that mushy, mushy, mushy. And I'm romantic. I'm affectionate. I love that, okay? But it's about holding on to your own identity and not living in paranoia, not living in shame, and not living in fear that, you know what, you got to hold yourself back. That's not fair. Possible. After years of shit relationships and now 10 years married to a wonderful partner. Awesome, Sherry. Great. I don't know how to fully love. Expressing is difficult for me, like I don't know how. I get this question from a lot of people, and especially, Sherry, a lot of people that come into my office and they have a history of trauma. They have a history of growing up in a, just horrific households, or where there's no emotional sharing. There's, emotional neglect. They're not allowed to feel. They're not allowed to feel anything. So they numb themselves out and they don't ever want to express it because, let's face it, you know what? They're going to be shamed about how they feel. They don't care how they feel. They're going to be criticized for how they feel. So they learn not to do it, okay? They shut it off. And some people are afraid to be fully open. You know what? I'm all about learning to express it. Even, I talked about this probably about 6 months ago on an episode too, about being able to, do you watch movies? Do you watch, maybe romantic comedies, love movies, or TV shows, whatever, where they're expressing their love, their affection? And these are ways to learn. You know what? I'd like to be able to be like that. And I'm not saying it's easy, but these are maybe examples. And I'm not talking, every movie situation. I'm not talking about being fantasy land type aspect, but little things like this, by watching others, by watching TV shows or movies, can help you at least learn what it looks like. Because I tell people it's very hard to do if you don't have a vision of what even expressing love looks like to you. And it means, different things to different people about how you express it. Some people love to express it through, getting gifts, getting, household work done. Some people are affectionate and want affirmations and compliments. These are things that you have to learn together. But this is about you within yourself and saying that, you know what? You have to be able to look at what the hell is going on and what is holding me back from that. If you don't know how, that's okay. But the number one step is, let's face it, you have to want to express your love. I get it, about being able to take that risk. And I'm telling you, it's not easy, people. We know that. Taking that risk, putting your heart out there for it to possibly get stomped on, it is a risk. And I tell people all the time, it is a risk. There's no guarantees in love. We know this, right? But at least you want to be able to give of yourself to say, you know what? I love that person, and I gave my love 100%. And I'm not ashamed of that, okay? I got hurt, I got crushed, but I'm not ashamed. I'm not going to live in fear and, not taking that risk. So to be able to hold that back and express those aspects, that's okay. That's part of being human, and that's part of fully loving. But a lot of people are afraid to lose themselves, and I teach couples, individuals, you know what? To be able to hold back it's a shame, right? I want you to be able to be brave and have that self-love and self-respect, and to command that respect where no one treats you poorly, no one disrespects you, no one uses you, manipulates you. You hold that power, but you can still give love 100% if you want to. And I look at what is holding you back, okay? Big time. Number one, let's look at it. What is holding you back? Let's face it, the fear, fear of abandonment, isolation, rejection. Ooh, what about that too, right? That we're afraid to be, rejected, disappointed, turned down, you name it. Those type of things get in the way, but I want you to fight through that and to be able to say, you know what? This is the way I love, and I'm going to show it 100%. Now, there are different elements of, how you show it, and to be, how do you show your love 100%? And this is getting at, the emotional level, the soulful level, verbally would be another way of how you express your love. And of course, physically, okay? And one person mentioned, giving your heart away and hoping they aren't reckless with it is terrifying. Oh, hell yeah, Sherry. I'm not going to lie to you. I said that. It is scary. But I want people to be, like I said, it's almost like, and I mentioned this on numerous shows, I want people to give 100% to a relationship. Again, loving 100%. But I also want them to give 100% to themselves so they're not foolish. They're not stupid. They're not, oh, I'm giving 100% and that means I have to take all this crap and be treated like crap, but I'm going to give 100%. No, not at all. And that's when I mention about, commanding that respect for yourself. And are you going to love 100% where someone is treating you poorly? No, not at all. That's not what I'm talking about. I want people to not be in horrific situations, to be in toxic relationships. I don't want people to be in abusive relationships. And I don't want to be taken out of context. Well, Greg said to love 100%. You know what? Number one, your partner has to earn that respect, okay? Talk about giving your heart away. Do people earn your love, or is it, sort of given away? That type of thing. Is trust given or is it earned? Is respect given or is it earned? My philosophy and what I promote, and people can disagree with me, that's fine, that I believe that respect and trust are earned. They're not just given. Common courtesy, mutual respect, absolutely, manners, that type of thing. Absolutely. Common courtesy, that type of thing. Yeah. You can give that, but people got to earn your respect and earn that love and earn your heart. So it's not really giving it away. It's about, being able to love 100% based on your partner as well, okay? And what they do to receive it and how they treat you. Now, going back, and I talk on my book, oh, real quick, I forgot. I still have the winners of last week's show, my book, t-shirt and stuff. I have to mail out some more of those books and t-shirts, prizes, if you will, from last week. I apologize. Yesterday, President's Day, the post office was closed. And today I'm swamped. So I'll try to get those out tomorrow to the rest of the winners. So, but going back to, emotionally, what does that look like? Physically, affection, caressing, touching, kissing. Maybe playfulness, can you be 100%, expressive with your love and be playful? Absolutely, right? That's part of it, because you feel yourself, you feel alive again by, being playful, by letting it all out and joking around, grabbing each other's booties, that type of thing. Maybe a little tickle fight, that type of aspect, of course. And sexually is part of affection. Are you holding back sexually because you're afraid of body image, right? Is your own concept, self-concept, self-perspective holding you back from loving 100%? And this means, physically, soulfully, emotionally, absolutely, right? Are you able to go after those aspects and look at what area is holding you back? Is it, I'm not able to be 100%, expressive of my love because I have body image aspects? Because, I might be insecure sexually. I might be insecure because if I say I love you, they might not say it back. Again, are you saying you love somebody just to hear it back? Or are you 100% expressing it because that's what you feel and you don't need to hear it back? You get me? There's a huge difference when it comes to those aspects, people. Again, it's not a right or wrong. It's being able to, to be present with your love and not hold back with that. It sounds easy. I know it's not. Tanika, hey, welcome to the show. I appreciate you showing up. But looking at these, and a lot of people, you go after these elements that people hold back because of their own insecurities. I get that. But I want you to be able to fight through those insecurities and say, I deserve to be loved 100% too. So I'm going to express that. And this is how I feel. And there's a lot of people out there that have no problem, right? Let's face it, they might be rude. They might be disrespectful. Greg, I have no problem telling people what I feel. I'll tell them what I feel right off the rip, right? And they're jerks. They're a-holes. They're disrespectful to people. They're not common courtesy. They're not, respectful of other people at all. But you know what? But are they able to express their love 100%? No. right? When matters of the heart, they can speak from the mind, the head. But you know what? They're not going to be able to speak from the heart and the soul and being able to fully express their love for somebody else. It's all for the purpose of someone loving them back instead of fully loving it back. And it puts a lot of pressure on the relationship. And it's almost like, you know what, you have sex with somebody just to make them feel better. Ugh. You're kissing them. You're going on a date out of obligation. You know what, you're marrying somebody out of obligation. You're marrying somebody because, you know what, to make them feel better, you don't want to hurt them. But what does that do to you? And you look at those situations, you know what, are you able to, you know what, would you want somebody that is doing that to you? Would you want to be with someone that is loving you supposedly out of obligation? They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to, you know what, break your heart, so they go through the motions. Would you want that? Or would you want someone that is fully 100% in love with you, that loves you fully? That doesn't mean everything is perfect, people, okay? You're still going to have disagreements. You might have an argument here and there. That's life. That's part of relationships. And a lot of people know I'm very real. I'm very genuine. I don't paint some unicorn dancing on a rainbow type fantasy land. I give it to you real. And to be able to go after, you know what, that you can still love 100% and still get in disagreements, get into an argument, and underneath all that stuff, still respect and love and hear one another, okay? So it's a huge, huge element to what are you doing to give 100% of you. Meaning, right? That doesn't mean you sell yourself out. That doesn't mean, you know what, it's all about your partner. Hell no. You need to have that back too. But what are you doing to, you know what, fully love somebody and not hold back your love physically, maybe verbally, soulfully, and emotionally? And I talk about, you know, in my book and all this, and I'm huge on, you know, loving with the, you know, mind, body, heart, and soul aspects. And that's where these come from, you know, when I talk about a total connection. Nothing's perfect, but what are you doing to allow yourself to, you know what, love fully, okay, and not hold back physically, emotionally. And I'm talking, people look at me shaking their head, Greg, you're talking out your ass. You're talking, you know what, talking fantasy land here. You know what, until you allow yourself to feel it, you're able to go after it. You're able to, because you're comfortable in your own skin. You're comfortable with feeling how you feel, and it's not a wrong thing. You're not worried about what everybody thinks. You're not worried so much or paranoid about getting hurt and crushed. You know what, I'm embracing how I feel and not holding back on those elements. And there's still a lot of people that hold back, and they sort of live a relationship or a marriage sort of half-ass. And again, nothing is perfect, okay? Hey, Bethany, hey, welcome. I appreciate you showing up. I still haven't found a good relationship. You know, a lot of people haven't, Bethany. Don't give up hope, please, okay? It's not easy. But you know what? You need to be authentic with yourself and not sell yourself out either. Because all of the bad relationships I had, I definitely got my wall up. You definitely got to love yourself first. You know what? Big time, Bethany. And that's what I talk about. Huge. I always talk about, you know what, self-respect and self-love. But you can still give yourself fully. You can still put the walls down and embrace love and have that open in your heart and still be smart about it, where you don't sell yourself out. A lot of people go after, let's face it, they go after, you know what, I'm going to give fully and all this stuff, but they're foolish. They get treated like crap. That's not what I'm talking about. You command that respect. You know what, I don't care, Greg, I love him, but I'm going to get my ass beat on a daily basis or a weekly basis. What? No. Why? You don't love yourself then. You need to be able to command that respect. And you know what? I love you. And you also love yourself enough. You can, you know what? I've loved fully. I've loved 100%. But I'm also going to be able to walk away from a toxic situation because I also love myself enough to do that. Big time, okay? Easy? No, not at all. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, welcome. Peace. So, you know, work on these aspects, people. Look at, okay, is it me that is holding back because of past hurts. Like Bethany said, you know, we have our wall up. I get it. From past traumas, from past hurts, heartbreak, growing up in horrific household situations. I've always done relationship, sexual challenges and stuff for almost 20 years now. And I've also worked with a lot of severe trauma and abuse, sexual abuse and stuff in kids. I don't work with kids anymore. So I get it. You know, I get how difficult it is. But to be able to go after it, you know what? I want to, you know what? I want to love fully and not hold back. I want to put my all into it. At least I'm not leaving that situation saying, man, I wish I would have. I should have done this. I could have done this. But that partner, you know what? They got to earn you allowing yourself to give that 100% too. Get me? You're not going to put 100% into someone that is abusive to you, that is treating you like crap, that is chronically going to cheat on you all the time. There's a big difference. It's about commanding that respect for yourself and also being able to love at 100% too. And again, nothing is perfect, okay? So, number one, look at vision. Even write it down. Some people write stuff down, okay? Even envision it. Picture it. What that looks like for you to love fully. Mind, body, heart, and soul, okay? Physically, emotionally, verbally. What does that look like to you? Okay? Now, what's it take to get there? Yeah, somebody has to earn all that from you, right? They have to earn your love. Like I said, they have to earn your respect, your trust, your heart. And looking at, you know what the hell does that look like for you to give fully? Have you ever given fully before and actually held on to yourself at the same time? Not easy? No, not at all. But at least start with visioning it, people. What the hell does it look like, okay? Now, check out my website, people, theartofrelationships.org. Oh, it's almost 12:30 Eastern time. Time for my next couple coming in. So, peace. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you so much for all the support. I'm very humbled, very flattered. I love trying to help as many people out there love themselves more, and of course, you know what, have the relationship, marriage, whatever they want, you know what, to go after and have that, you know what, flourish big time, okay? Peace and love to everybody out there. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.